Good evening, everybody. Let me see who's out there today. I am doing something a little different today, so I'm hoping that everything works okay. So if you're here, let me know you're here. Send me a message. Let me know that you're here. Good evening. It is Monday, guys. It feels like I haven't seen you guys in so long, but shoot me a message. Let me know you're here. Let me know where you're listening from. I'm kind of doing some analytics, and so I kind of want to see exactly where people are seeing me from. Just shoot if you're on Facebook or whatever that you may be on. Hey, cousin, how are you? Hi, Marissa from Louisiana. How are you? Good evening, everybody. I'm excited to see you guys tonight. It has been a whirlwind week. And so I'm just excited to see you guys. Hi, Alabama. Hi, Tanya. First of all, I really can't see your profile pic, but I see that gray hair. It is slamming. Oh my God, it is beautiful. Is that you in your profile pic? That looks good on you. Hi, everybody. Let me know where you're from. I'm excited to speak to you guys tonight. Um, it's been, like I said, a whirlwind week. It's a lot going on. Hi, Ella from Alabama. I'm excited about what we're going to talk about tonight. You guys know I'm not having a guest tonight. I'm working that out possibly for next week. It's just me and you tonight. Just me and you, but I'm excited about what we're going to talk about. I really wanted to give some space because, of course, in the last week, I have acquired so many followers on my pages. And so I wanted to take this time for you guys to kind of get to know me. Hey, Shook. Hey, oh, God, Shook. I love Chi-Town. I need some Garrett's. I need some Garrett's. I love that place. I'm going to be in Chicago next year in June for a conference. And every time I come, I make sure I get to Garrett's to get that popcorn, y'all. I don't care who else make popcorn, y'all. Nobody makes popcorn like Garrett's. So, hi, Chicago. So I'm just really excited. I wanted to take this time for you guys to get to know me. Hi, Evangelist Robinson. And for me to kind of talk about what's been on my mind this week. Of course, I said it on a video earlier last week, but I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for sharing the payroll tax holiday information. I'm still overwhelmed by the response. I'm still overwhelmed by the people who didn't know. And so I'm grateful that you guys work with me to get this information out to people, because people have been contacting me left and right, inbox and everything, telling me that either their employers didn't know or they did know, they're making changes, people getting notifications. And that's really what it was all about. I wanted people to get notifications and get the information. So I'm just really excited that people are getting the information, that you're asking questions, that you're just not sitting around waiting for things to happen. So just a little bit about me, because I've been getting a lot of inboxes like, who are you and where you come from? And so I am Dr. C. Of course, it also states Coach Sharon, and that is because prior to I am an earned doctor. I have a doctorate degree in business administration. Hey, Fayetteville. I am from South Carolina, actually. Hey, Professor K, hello. So I am an earned doctor. I have a doctorate degree in business administration with a specialization in human resource management. So prior to my degree getting conferred, meaning like, confirmed or whatever, everybody just called me Coach Sharon. I am a life coach. I'm an ordained elder. I'm a director of HR. I kind of do everything soup to nuts. But I also love to teach, and I love to educate and inform. So really, that's what this platform is about. Hi, Columbus, Georgia. So that's really what this platform is about. It's an informative platform. I use it to equip, support, empower people to go out and change their lives. And that's just really what it's about for me. And so that's what we talk about on this platform. So today, I had like 3 or 4 bullet points, but people who've been on here know sometimes I go off on a tangent. You got to excuse me because I'm just really passionate about a couple of things. And so, first and foremost, someone asked me, I did a radio show out of Richmond, Virginia last week, and they asked me to come on to talk about the payroll tax holiday, which I did. But I also mentioned to them that I don't know if everyone knows where we are currently in the economy. And again, I'm not an expert on the economy or anything like that. I'm just going to be honest. I'm nosy. I grew up nosy, hi Florida, and I just love information. So anything you tell me, I'm going to go research it. And Google just made it that much easier. We don't have to go back to the encyclopedias anymore. You know, I'm in my 40s, so I remember the Britannica Encyclopedia. So now I could just Google and find information. And that's what I do. And then I bring it to you guys. And so I was talking about the fact that this money is coming out of Social Security. So this is my opinion. I'm not an expert, but I believe that the reason why we're touching Social Security at this point is because there are plans to possibly defund it or privatize it later on. So that's my conspiracy theory. That's kind of where I am with it. Hey, Hampton, Virginia. So that's my conspiracy theory with it. I just say that to say I'm putting it out there so y'all know that already about me. And as I find out more information, we'll see what happens. So that's my theory on that. They're not taking out, they're still taking out federal taxes. So the federal government wants to give us money to help us, but they won't take it from the federal tax. They're going to take it from Social Security that helps people when they're retired. Don't make no sense to me. Another thing that makes absolutely no sense to me that I saw earlier today, and even throughout the week, you guys know there's some people who wear masks, some people who don't wear masks. I'm not gonna say people who like to, because that ain't true. I don't like wearing it. I wear it because I'm trying to protect myself, and I'm trying to protect those who are around me. However, there's the conspiracy theory that coronavirus is fake. But we have almost over 200,000 people who have died. Then we have the conspiracy theory that it's real. I'm saying conspiracy theory because that's what the people on the other side think. It's a conspiracy theory and that it's not real, that COVID-19 is not real and we're making all this stuff up. It's fear and all of these other things. So we know that the president, over the last week or so, he's held a couple of rallies, people in there shoulder to shoulder, arm to arm, you know, doing whatever without masks on and things of that nature. So, of course, when they're asked and they're basically saying COVID-19 is fake. People ain't going to die. It's kind of like the flu. It'll go away. However, what's strange to me is, and the president pretty much is saying the same thing. He's not afraid of it. It's no big deal, this, that, and the other. But why, if it's no big deal, and it's not as big as people are making it big, why are they rushing to create a vaccination? Why are they rushing to create a vaccination for something that's not real? So if you're the president of the United States and anybody else who supports this, there's no such thing as COVID-19 thing. Why is there such a push for big pharma to create a vaccination by the end of this year to start giving out? They've asked people, especially people of color, to be test dummies, to, go through trials and things of that nature. But if it's not real, and I'm not saying it's not real, I'm just saying what the powers that be are saying. If it's not real, why is it the same people who are saying it's not real are the same people who are pushing for a vaccination? So to me, everything is about the dollar. Everything is about the coin. Everything is about that. So I just say that because ask yourself these questions as you're seeing things happen. Don't just automatically take things as face value, because people are like, we just need a vaccine. I'm waiting for a vaccine. First of all, they're rushing to make a vaccine. And truth be told, again, this is Sharon. Not an expert, not a scientist. I'm a conspiracy theorist at times, whatever. Because I believe this whole thing was planned. They've probably been working on this for 2 or 3 years and we just didn't know. And so that's why to us it appears that it's fast. But to them, it's right on schedule. I say this because Bill Gates, who is the computer man who's turned philanthropist or whatever you say that word. Yes, I'm a doctor, but some words I just don't know how to say. All of a sudden is into viruses and pandemics. Now, I watched a TED talk he did a few years ago. I think it was 2015, where he talked about the biggest threat to the United States was a pandemic, a virus. In 2015, I mean, I sat there and watched it a few months ago, and I was like, when Bill Gates become prophetic? Then when I realized how things were evolving, I started asking myself, he not prophetic. He just know what's happening. And we don't know. So I say that to say, be mindful and watchful as these things are happening. Because like I said, I watched today, all of a sudden, the president and CEO of Pfizer was like, yeah, we'll probably have something out by the end of October. I'm like, but this just came in March. And remember, the president said that there was no such thing, that only 15 people was going to get it. Y'all remember back when, January, February or so, even though, yeah, we know the tapes came out and the tape said that he got the real deal and he lied to the people, but nobody cares about that clearly because he lie all the time. So this ain't nothing new. It's same script, different day. He lies all the time. But what I'm saying to you is that if we are following the chain of the series of events, if in March, when all of us got kicked out and sent home, and the president was saying, this ain't this and this is not that, then how of a sudden in October, we possibly have a vaccination? When all leading up until even this week or so, people are not wearing masks. He doesn't think it's a big deal. The RNC, they did. Some people had on masks, some people didn't. And I'm not trying to make this a left or right thing. It's not that at all. Because I'm not political in that way. I just look at what's happening. Because again, what's funny to me is, and that's why I said I'm not political. Hi, Cleveland. I'm not political. It's just that whether you're Democrat or Republican, nobody's talking about how fast is vaccination coming out. Nobody's talking about that. We talking about it, but everybody's talking about, yes, we need it soon. But just 4 or 5 months ago, this wasn't deadly like that. So they said. So I'm just saying that to say, while you're watching the news, because again, y'all, I believe the news lies too. You have to dig deep and get to the bottom of even what they're saying, because the news is a business. I'm not saying they're fake news, because I'm not saying what the president says. What I'm telling you is the news is a business. So I watch multiple news outlets to see what's happening in the world, and then I start piecing things together. So that's kind of how I operate. I know everybody don't have that kind of time. I do that. Sherilyn, I think that's what you said, Sherilyn, also asked the question, why the president being in contact with so many people that had tested positive and he never got the virus. And you're right, it's all about the money. You know what's funny? And I don't know if my sister is on here. Her and I talk this stuff all of the time. My sister, Keita. And I was like, and both of us believe that there's possibly always been a vaccination. This is, again, I don't have no proof. That there's always been, because I believe this virus is man-made. So if you're into science or anything, usually when something is made, then an antidote is also made at the same time. So it's funny to me how no one from the Senate, no one from the Congress has tested positive for COVID-19. Not even that. All of them are old. If this virus is really affecting the elderly, why is it nobody from, and I'm not wishing death or anything on nobody. Why is it, only thing we heard from them is, I may have been exposed, I'm going to self-quarantine, but nobody got it. How is that? So nobody, the average age in the Congress and the Senate is at least 65, because you know all of them are old. Hey, Vegas, all of them are old. So how none of them ain't get it? None of them. Nobody. They self-quarantine because they may have been exposed. Watch as well as pray. That's all I'm going to say. So even to the point where when it came down to the flu shot this year, I asked my PCP. I decided with this whole let's support Black business and whatever, I decided to seek out a Black PCP for myself. My children already go to an African American doctor. And again, I'm not racist or anything like that. This was just really about trying to support my community and keep my money in my community. And so I decided to seek an African American PCP. And so with doing that, I spoke to him, and he don't know me. I don't know him. I'm not going to give his name because whatever. But he said to me, because I asked him about the flu shot this year, I said, what do you think about the flu shot this year? He said, on the record, off the record. Then he said, it's a no for me. The doctor told me the flu shot is a no for me. He said, don't even rock with it. Not this year. He said, you don't know what they got up in that strand. First of all, let's be honest. Anybody who has kids and they mandate our children when you were going to school to get flu shots, no. Around this time of the year, you would be lucky if you found the flu vaccine. Why? Because what they said was, we don't know what strand it is yet. So come back in like mid-September, October, we'll have vaccinations. Why this year, even though we're in the middle of a pandemic and everybody working from home for most of the time, all of a sudden we got flu shots early? Like I said, watch as well as pray. Because again, they're so throwing things out there, so many things happening at the same time that unfortunately, if you're doing as many things as I'm doing, it's really hard to see what's happening. And when he said that to me, I was just asking him because I wanted to know. First of all, I just wanted to hear what he felt. And when a medical doctor tells you the flu shot is a no, then that's what I'm riding with. He said, you just never know. It could be anything from they shooting up stuff in there to make you sterile, make your children sterile. I believe, again, my conspiracy theory that this is all about population control. We ain't doing it like China did it, but population control. So again, that's my conspiracy theory about this whole, I'm saying it to y'all because again, I'm not all knowing. But I want you to now start watching and seeing what they're talking about. So why we talk about we need a vaccination for something that ain't real? Why did we need a vaccination for something where the president is saying it's okay for people to gather inside? It's not a big deal, but y'all want to make money off of something that's not a big deal? I just don't understand it. So I just say that to say, when you're thinking about and you're posed with the question of, do you want a vaccination? And, a lot of people are saying, hey, listen, when the vaccination comes, I'm going to get a vaccine. All I'm going to say is you make sure that you know everything you need to know before you do something like that. Because no telling what's going to happen. And the sad part is because we know the majority of the people who are dying from COVID-19 are people who are Black and brown because of pre-existing conditions and things of that nature. It's a lot going on. And I don't want you to just watch CNN. I don't want you just to watch Channel 7 and get your information from there. You really need to research this stuff and study this stuff and see what's happening. Oh, Rajan, I hope I'm saying your name right. I'm so happy to hear that. And they were told then they keep women. Okay, great. I'm so happy to hear that. Trump said only 15 people, but like I said, and I'm not here to bash him or whatever. You guys, I know I did it a couple of shows ago, and I am going to do a part two because I had a Black Trump supporter on my platform. I am doing a part two for that as well. You guys, what I will say is I'm not voting for President Trump. I'm not voting for him because I ain't voting for him. I would vote for Donald Duck. I will vote for Mickey Mouse before I vote for him. However, I'm not necessarily a Biden supporter or a Kamala supporter as well. It's just that what we got going on right now, I don't want that no more. So if you want better, you do better. So right now, I'm just like, okay, because what we got, I don't want that. So let me move over to this and see what you're going to give me. However, my second question to people is because, and I didn't get a chance to do research on this today. I like to try to do a little research before I talk to you guys, just because I don't know everything. So a lot of times I'd be up in the comments like, what y'all know? And so we could talk about it or whatever. But I really don't have a clue of what the policies are that Biden and Kamala Harris, and excuse me, let me respect them in their positions. Vice President Biden and Senator Kamala Harris. I really don't have a handle on what their policies are that are going to help me. I don't know. But what I do know is what we have is not what I want anymore. I didn't want it before, and I definitely don't want it now. Like, I didn't want it before we got to try it out. Now that we tried it out and we see what the model is about, I don't want this. So I tell people all the time, Biden wasn't my choice, but everybody please vote. Like, I can't even I can't tell you who to vote for and all that other stuff. Just vote. That's just my disclaimer. Just please vote, because what we have right now is not working. And if you believe it's working and you want to vote for him, then that's fine too. I mean, I'm not here to convince people which way to vote, because again, I'm not a politician. I'm not a Democrat nor a Republican. I vote either way I feel based on policies. It's just that in this election, I know what we have ain't what I want. So that's my disclaimer for that. I also too wanted to talk about, because I've gotten so many inboxes, and this isn't even business. This is more or less, I guess, personal. I've gotten prayer requests from people. I've spoken to people who are dealing with domestic violence. I've spoken to people who are dealing with loss. I've spoken to people who are dealing with just trying to find themselves. And, you know, I first of all, I just want to say I am so grateful to God for this platform and for having an opportunity to speak to you guys, because I know that it's only God that I'm even able to reach, who I'm able to reach. And so I wanted to first off start off by saying that. The second thing is, as I stated earlier, I am a life coach. I am an ordained elder in the Lord's church. However, I'll get to that. However, I wanted to just say, because in this, I realized there are so many people hurting, and it's so much happening, and it's so much going on. That's why I was so passionate, number one, about making sure people kept their money, because I do understand, and I know that if you don't have money, if you don't have food to eat, if you don't have shelter, it's hard to get to potential when those are the things that you're worried about. And so I just wanted to say, I pray that I answered every inbox. I really took it upon myself. I didn't ask anybody else to do it for me. I could have, but I really tried to take it upon myself to answer each person back, because I realized at the end of the day, people are really searching for answers. And although it may have started out as the payroll tax holiday, like I said, I've gotten inboxes from people I would not believe with the prayer requests and everything of that nature. So I am, first of all, I'm humbled. that you would see the God in me to even reach out to me to ask me to pray for you, and even to seek guidance on things other than what you were exposed to and what brought you to this platform. That just makes me believe even more that, that you're seeing God and not just seeing Dr. C or anything of that nature. And so you're right, Evangelist, the senses. I don't even know, and I have to look because I don't even know the last day to complete the census. And so that's something, if I find out, I have to post it, or if somebody can find that and post it in the chat, that'll be appreciative, because I really don't even know the last day to complete the census. The census brings money into your community. You don't fill out the census, that knocks off headcount and money for your community. And so, yes, a lot of people are hurting. My hours got cut and I don't qualify for public help. It's a mess out here. Exactly. Oh, thank you, Cookie. She said, you're very good at replying back. Thank you. Thank God for using you. Because I understand that even though certain things have opened up, people's lives are not the same. My life is not the same. And so I don't want to take it for granted. September 30th is the last day you can fill out your census, September 30th. So I don't want to take it for granted that anybody who sends me a personal message that everything is okay, because I know it's not. People have lost multiple family members. People have lost their jobs. People have lost, it's a lot of loss happening. And so I want to be mindful of that. And that's why if you've looked at my Coach Sharon page on Instagram, here on Facebook, I've dealt with a lot of different topics, specifically grief. I've dealt with money management. I've dealt with credit. I've dealt with losing your pastor. There's a lot of people who've lost their leaders. I've dealt with mentorship. I've dealt with a lot of different things on this platform. And that is because I understand that we're whole people. We got a lot going on. We're whole people though. So one area may be great, but we're struggling in something else. And so my mission is to make sure that I bring things to this platform that can help you in every area. It's not just spiritual for me. There's natural things that need to happen in order for you to get to full potential. And so I try to bring those things to this platform with guests, just me running my mouth or me researching and things of that nature. But I just wanted to say, for those of you who have reached out, who've asked for prayer and things of that nature, I am praying for you. I will be doing something later in the year, something more intimate where people can really, truly get more hands-on, one-on-one stuff. Because like I said, this last week has been completely overwhelming in a good way. But I realized that even in this, people need more like one-on-one assistance and group assistance and being able to really talk to people about their specific needs. Now, the people who reached out to me in regards to domestic violence, I am not a specialist in that area. I've advised to look at the domestic violence hotlines in your area, because we do know with this pandemic, domestic violence numbers have gone up. And so I can't tell somebody what to do in that area. That's not my area of expertise. However, there are resources out there for you to get. Please continue HR employment. Thank you so much. To God be the glory for your platform. Thank you, Gwen. So I'm just saying that as well. So thank you. I think Evangelist, someone put up the link to do the census questionnaire. So please take some time. It looks like the link was posted on the Facebook stream. So take some time and go to the census.gov and complete the census form. It only takes about 5 minutes to complete. Make sure you complete the form. Now, the only other thing that I wanted to touch base on tonight is in regards to some of the things, and I posted it this week as well, because a lot of people started asking questions about the coronavirus family leave. And I found it ironic that all of a sudden people started posting HR stuff, and it wasn't necessarily true. And so anytime you ask me something dealing with HR specifically, because HR is based on law. It's not based on what I think. It's not based on whatever. It's based on law. There are certain circumstances that of course, my expertise of my thinking and my thought process comes into play, but HR is based on law. So anytime somebody tells you something, ask them, well, what does the law say concerning that? I say that because there was a post circulating that, oh, your employer is supposed to pay you for 2 weeks for you to be home with your kids, and they supposed to give you full pay. And I'm like, that's not the law. And so instead of me, because of course people started tagging me and sending it to me, I posted the Department of Labor.gov law concerning coronavirus, concerning taking care of your children when you're at home, which states you only get 2/3 of your salary, not your full salary, for up to 80 hours, or 2 weeks for people who work 40 hours a week. So up to 80 hours. That's it. And it's 2/3 of your salary. So it is not your full salary for you to be at home and virtually teach your kids or figure things out with them. They're lying to you. And every employer does not qualify for that. If you have more than 500 employees, you do not have to follow that law. So I say that to say, even with me, if you see something on social media, make sure you fact check it, because everything isn't exactly that. And so again, these are things that of course you can look at yourself, research, but again, I as things come to me, I do try to post them and make sure people know. For those of you who have flexible spending accounts, if you don't know what a flexible spending account is, then that means you probably don't have one. A flexible spending account, if you have your little credit card or whatever to take for your medical expenses, and even if you take out money for dependent care. But first, flexible spending, which is the health savings account, not the health and medical account, where you take money out of your check pre-tax to put on a debit or credit card to then use that to pay for your co-pays and your medicines and things of that nature. It is now September. Usually you have to use all of the money that you elected for the year by December. With the change with this COVID-19, you can now use that card to buy things over the counter. We wasn't able to do that before. So you're able to use your flexible spending card to buy things over the counter. So anything from now, you can buy Finiman hygiene stuff, not necessarily the washes, but like maxi pads and things of that nature, you can buy using your flexible spending card. The other day, I used my flexible spending card at Walmart and I bought Vicks Vapor Rub. You're able to buy cold medicine. You're able to buy flu medicine, headache medicine, anything of that nature, pretty much. I would say check with your flexible spending account administrator, but I'm saying this because a lot of us been locked up in the house and not using that money. And I don't want people to lose it, because it's still a use it or lose it situation, unless you have a rollover situation with your flexible spending. If you do not, I suggest there's a website called fsastore.com where everything on there, you could use your flexible spending card to buy supplies for your house, including Band-Aids, and then you can have it shipped to your house. And so I've been doing that for the last month or two because I'm stocking up for the winter, because I do know that there's a possibility I won't be able to find Theraflu. I won't be able to find Vicks Vapor Rub. I won't be able to find a humidifier, because give or take, these supplies may not be available, especially if we end up in another shutdown. So again, if you have a flexible spending account, you can use your flexible spending account. So will the supplier of the card require medical docs from PCP to prove it? Oh no, that's a thing of the past now. You can go to the Walmart, because this is what I do. You can go to the Walmart with your flexible spending card, go to that little section, and then go to the pharmacy counter. Don't go to the regular register. Go to the pharmacy counter in Walmart and purchase your stuff. Is that the OTC card? I don't know what an OTC card is, but the flexible spending card is when you take money out of your check pre-tax to use that money you get it all on a card annually to then be able to pay for your copays, your eyeglasses, your contacts, prescriptions, and everything. But since COVID hit, they changed the law for what you can use it for. So myself, for instance, because I had a lot of money still left on my flexible spending card. So I went and I bought some new glasses. My husband bought some glasses. We made sure the kids had glasses. But then I don't know about the mask and gloves. I haven't tried that one. That's a good one, Gwen. I'm going to try to see if I can get that. I don't know about the mask and glove, but I've bought Band-Aids. I bought a lot of cold medicine, a lot of Tylenol. I bought humidifier. I bought the stuff for the humidifier. I bought a thermometer, the one that you use to I bought a thermometer, all of this stuff. I bought all of this with my flexible spending card. So in between going to Walmart, going to the pharmacy, and FSAstore.com, I've been able to try to stock my house with supplies, with medical supplies for the house, just in case anything happens. So I'm going to try that masks and gloves thing and see what happens, because I mean, it is a medical necessity at this point, and kind of see what happens with that. I'm not sure. I don't know. But what I'm saying to you is, because a lot of us are very distracted with what's happening, I don't want people to lose that money, because they're not going to care. They are not going to care. So even if you got to go out and buy a whole bunch of Band-Aids so they won't keep your money, then that's what you have to do. You're welcome, Kendra. You're welcome. I'm trying that tomorrow. I'm telling you, try it. But go to also FSA.com. They will send it and ship it straight to your house, because since it's on the FSA.com website, it's already certified too as FSA, but also Walmart. But like I said, if you go to Walmart, you get what you get, and then go to the pharmacy portion and go there, and then let them swipe your card there. That I suggest you do it that way, because I tried to buy something at Walmart and I went to the regular self-service. Oh, it is. Mask and gloves is on FSA store. Thank you so much. Is it Jamette Jones? Thank you so much. I need to buy something, because I still got a couple of dollars on my flexible spending that I need to get rid of. And I'm going to buy another year's supply of contacts before this year is out, just in case, because I'm not giving them their money back. I'm not giving them my money, because it's money coming out of my check. And so I'm going to make sure I spend all of it. Also, too, for those of you who took out money for dependent care, and then, of course, daycares and stuff were closed, and now you probably still have money in your dependent care account. We know the things are not open. However, if you have somebody babysitting your kids, like if you're still working and somebody's babysitting your kids or keeping your kids while you're out working or whatever, you can put in a receipt from your grandma. As long as you make up a receipt and make sure you're paying her or whatever, and submit that receipt to whoever your administrator is for your dependent care, then that's how you can pull that money out of there. So if, for instance, because dependent care, basically, if you set aside money to pay for daycare throughout the year, I do that as well. And so what I did was, thank you so much for the FSAstore.com. Oh, thank you. So I pulled money out of there. When we got shut down, I still had money in my account. However, somebody was looking after my kids for me. And so I paid that person. And so then I submitted a receipt showing proof that I paid that person to then get the money back. So that's kind of how that works. Don't leave money just sitting on the table. We need all our coins. All our coins. So I want to make sure that you're not doing that as well. And I'm sorry, guys, if you guys feel like I kind of go from this subject to this subject, that's just kind of how I operate based on what's in the chat. And I'm streaming to a few platforms. So a lot of different things are coming through. And so as I see things coming through, I may skip a little bit, but I just want to make sure that I answer people's questions and I kind of get to what people are asking as well. And you may not see their comments because, again, they may be on another platform. So I just want to make sure that you guys are aware about that. No, it's fine. Is it Pro? I know your last name is Cavalier. I'm going to figure out how to say your first name, but I thank you so much for sharing that link and that information. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But we are officially September, October, November, December. Yeah. We're now officially in the fourth quarter of 2020. Economic wise, works in quarters. So right now we're in the fourth quarter. Officially, the United States of America is in a recession. No matter what they tell you, no matter what they say on the news, we are in a recession. If we have one more negative quarter, which is this quarter we're in, negative returns, the United States of America will officially be in a depression. So, this is why they want you to spend your money this quarter. Because we have a presidential election in the same quarter that will dictate whether or not the United States of America is in a depression. If you don't know anything about a depression, look up what happened in the Great Depression in the United States of America in the 20s, I believe. I want to say 1929, but if I'm wrong, you guys can let me know. I'm not a historian. I just read. So, what will happen if we're declared in a depression? Because again, I don't care what they're telling y'all about the job numbers and the stock market. Having the people who are really struggling ain't even a part of the stock market. Let's stop that foolishness. They're not. So that's just what it is. So I'm saying this to say, for people, I understand Christmas is coming. I understand we want things to be normal and back to normal. But if you can, this isn't everybody's story, but if you can, try to save as much money as you can. It's a lot of places that are not open in some states. You don't have to go out every weekend. You don't have to buy the latest Jordans. We ain't even really going to parties or nothing like that. So you ain't got to worry about trying to impress anybody. I say that to say, if a depression is declared, it's a lot that's going to happen just by people hearing that word, depression. Another thing is, if you're watching what's really happening in America, the retail market is crashing. Brick and mortars are filing bankruptcy left and right. They're trying to get out before it's time. We are in a recession. I keep saying that because I really want you to get it. We are not doing well at all. And you think we ain't doing well because of course, who we are. But the United States of America, no matter what they say, what they fronting, is not doing well. So I say that to say, do not get in a situation where you are spending everything you have. Now, again, everybody can't save. I know that's not everybody's story. People are living paycheck to paycheck. They barely make enough to keep it together. All I'm saying is try to put a little something, because we don't know what's going to happen come January. We don't know what's going to happen come this winter if there's another shutdown. There's a lot of people that don't get paid if they stay home. I'm fortunate that I work fully remote. I'm virtually teaching my kids. I don't have to do all of that or whatever, but that's not everybody's story. So I am telling you now, prepare for a second wave. I hope it don't come, but prepare. Tissue, water, food, whatever you need to get. That's your focus right now, because again, between them possibly declaring a depression, people are already on unemployment. It's already high numbers on unemployment. I still don't know, and I would love to know, and I don't want nobody to tell me your business. You can inbox me if you don't want people to know. But anybody who's on unemployment, You were getting the $600 previously, the extra money, and then it stopped. And then Donald Trump signed an executive order August 8th saying, no, now you'll get $400, but 25% of that will come from your state. I want to know if there's anybody out there who's on unemployment who's gotten that extra money now that it changed from 600 to 400. I'm just curious. And again, you don't have to put it on a stream. You can inbox me. I really want to know. I don't know anybody personally who's on an unemployment right now, but I want to know, have you gotten that money yet? And how long it took you to get it. I don't know if anyone works in corporate America, but look at the announcement of more businesses are now matching stock purchases for retirement for the first time since quarter one. They trying to keep that stock market together. But people don't realize the stock market is not what's going to save us from a depression. It's this unemployment and all of these other things, and these businesses filing bankruptcy. Because again, that's more layoffs. Century 21 filed bankruptcy. I think J.C. Penney filed bankruptcy. It's so many brick and mortar places that people work that now will not have jobs. And I'm going to say this too, and I said it on a live probably about 3-4 months ago. For my Black and brown sisters and brothers, who we love helping people. That's why I'm talking to y'all, because I love helping people. We're in jobs that help people that a lot of us need one-on-one direct contact with people in order for us to get paid. I am challenging you to start thinking about what would happen if you were not able to have contact with people for an extended period of time. Now, we know from March to June or so that happened. And, some jobs were gracious. They still paid people. Some jobs furloughed people, did a couple of things. They were given the extra money of unemployment. So at least people were getting some kind of money that was a little bit more than. Some people's even getting more money on unemployment than they were getting in a paycheck. But that may not happen next time. So I am challenging people who work in brick and mortars, who cannot do a job virtually, to sit and think about what your passion is and what you could do if your job shut down. A lot of you guys are entrepreneurs. A lot of you guys have other gifts and talents that you're not using because you're just trying to work to feed your family. However, don't wait until your back is against the wall to try to figure that out. Start thinking about that stuff now. I say that because with us in these helping professions, a lot of people who need contact with people may not get that. Futuristically. Right now, some people are back to work and, stuff like that or whatever. But I'm just saying that to say, after this election, who knows what's going to happen? There's already unrest. There's already fight. It's already shooting in the street on both sides. I'm just challenging you to what can you do that wouldn't require you to be face to face with somebody. I don't know what that is for you, but I'm just trying to get people to start thinking about that, because brick and mortar businesses are going to continue to shut down. They're going to continue to shut down. That's just what it is. So if you're physically going somewhere like to help somebody, say for instance, if you work at Dunkin', I'm just using it as an example. During the quarantine, my Dunkin' was open, and my Dunkin' Donuts is a Black-owned franchise establishment. So I told her, I need to keep you in business. So I went there, and she had pumpkin throughout the whole quarantine. I was there every day. I said, my husband, I bought 3, 4, 5 cups of coffee at a time. Yes, I had coffee in my house. However, because I was intentional about making sure that this business stayed in my community, I purposely spent my money there, and I spend my money there. I can buy coffee. I have coffee at home, and things of that nature. But when the times were really crunch, I spent my money there. However, I was so glad because they have drive-through that a lot of the people who worked there were continuing to work there during that time because, of course, us in the community kept spending our money there. But number one, every business doesn't have a drive-through. So, a lot of businesses were trying to do curbside pickup or whatever, but that's not for every business. What I'm saying to you is find out what you can do to still generate income where you don't have to physically be in someone's face to do what you need to do. This is a perfect time to have that conversation with yourself. If you just don't have a clue, again, you can find a life coach or a career coach or something. I am one. I charge for that service because that takes time. However, it doesn't have to be me. You can Google and find somebody. I don't care. However, I'm telling you, you need to start doing that. Yeah, this site called Upwork offer different type of jobs, and companies on that site is really good for people currently not working. Thank you so much, Sherilyn. Again, start thinking about that, because if we go into a depression, there are a lot, and a possible second wave of the pandemic, a lot of people are going to be out of work, and it's going to be a longer period of time. So I don't care if this is the time for you to start making wigs, and you can sell wigs and do drop off in the mailbox, because you could do that too. You can make wigs without having contact. I know my hairstylists do it. You could do that. You could make t-shirts. People on Zoom and stuff all of the time. I'm always either on Zoom or live, so I always need a good shirt. So I'm just saying that to say become which unworkable. I don't know what that means exactly, but try to find something to fall back on, because we're in a time and in a season where things are not normal, and they may never be normal again. And like I said, some of us, I am very fortunate to be able to work fully remote, and I work in New York City. So I'm very fortunate to be fully remote. However, that's not everybody's story. And some people, based on the job they do, they cannot be fully remote. What I'm saying to you is try to find something you can do. I don't care if it's a virtual admin assistant. A lot of people are looking for those now. Check out internet. Thank you, Felicia. Think outside of the box. I'm just saying to get some money coming in, because you don't want it to be where you are waiting for the next shutdown or you're praying that it doesn't happen again. What can you do in your home? Let me tell you, my husband he's a hustler like no other. My husband and our friend, they got together. They started cooking. We had curbside cookout. Straight pre-packaging plates. People place their orders in advance using a Google, and Google Forms. And we pre-packaged plates and stuff and literally did curbside. You pull up with your car. Here's your food. Here you go. Think outside of the box. Be creative. Do not get stuck in trying to figure it out once you're in it. This is a perfect time to kind of try to figure that stuff out now. And again, if you're not sure, then of course, find a life coach, find a career coach. Again, I do that for people, but I charge for that service. So like I said, because it's very specialized. And again, it doesn't have to be me. It could be somebody in your area, whatever, if you need someone close to you. But I'm just telling you to start thinking about that now. Start thinking about it. So that's my tidbits for tonight. I honestly didn't know what I was going to come on here and talk about, y'all, because anybody who's been on here for a while with me, Evangelist Robinson, to tell y'all guys, I'll be like, all right, Lord, what we talking about today? And usually I'll have a guest on or something like that. But I wanted to get an opportunity for you guys to kind of see me by myself. Because like I said, I have a lot of new followers. I have a lot of new followers on different platforms. If there's some things you guys want me to talk about, please shoot me an inbox. Let me know. And I'll try to put something together. I am connected to a lot of different experts, and I'm grateful for that. A lot of different business people, financial people, people who just, depending on their area, they know more than me. And so I bring them here so you guys can ask them questions. So again, I did some previous videos on how to support Black business. I did some previous videos on mentorship and how to find a good mentor. A whole bunch of different things. I even on my Coach Sharon page, I share information about a grief group that's done via Zoom. It's done once a month, I believe, and I'll make sure I repost that. I don't do the grief counseling because I'm not a grief recovery specialist. However, I'm connected to people who do grief counseling on Zoom, and I want people to have that information because people just need, it's a lot happening, and people are grieving a lot, and it's not just grieving the death of a person, it's grieving, the loss of a job or the loss of a spouse. It's a bunch of different things. Hi, Christina. I'm a new HR professional. Can you do a live on advice for new HR professionals? Sure. I sure will. I mentor a few HR people. I don't know if any of them are on here now, but I do mentor a lot of different HR professionals. And so I will definitely do a live. What I'll do is, probably do a questionnaire so you guys can ask whatever questions, because since you're new to HR, it's a real big field. Amazon HR is hiring now, virtual position. I can refer you. Come on now, Deborah. That's what I'm talking about. Christina, hook up with Deborah. Y'all both on Facebook. I don't know which page it's on, but I'm gonna make sure y'all hook up. I need a mentor. All right, Deborah, shoot me an inbox. We could talk about it. You guys, I just want to make sure, like I said, Christina, she said, yeah, Amazon has a virtual position. This is really what it's about. Sharing information, getting it out there, thinking, not just going with status quo. And that's what this platform is about. I'm really excited that you guys are sharing information because, again, it's not about me, and you guys will hear me talk about it all the time or whatever. I talk about whatever God gives me to talk about, whatever God wants me to share with you guys. Because that's just what it is. I'm not all knowing. However, I'm grateful that he's connected me to people and he's given me wisdom to be able to share whatever I know. And so I am grateful for that. So guys, if you are not following me, follow me. I am on Instagram at Coach Sharon. You guys see it all in the stream. I am on YouTube at Coach Sharon. I am on Twitter at Coach_Sharon. Follow me. I would sing the song, but I know everybody ain't from Jersey. We like house music here. So any advice regarding 401k for now? Don't touch your money. Leave it there. That's my advice. Leave it there and don't look at it. I will not look at my 401k because I already know I'm not looking at it. Leave it there, especially if you're not close to retirement. Leave it there and act like it don't exist. That's my advice. Don't look at the numbers. Don't look, don't move it, don't look, don't do nothing. Union County is offering childcare assistance for school-age children, Union County in New Jersey. If you guys need that information, I'll post it. Thank you, Tamika. I saw you posted it. You need to get better at making your stuff public, Tamika. You be just making it regular. I be sharing your stuff. Any stock information, I'm going to have somebody come on here and talk about stocks. That's not my area of specialty. However, I know somebody. And I have a financial advisor, a financial planner. I'm connected to a few people who do that. See about pre-tax for 401k. Pre-tax for 401k. 401k is pre-tax. So I don't know the question, Deborah, but we could talk about it, guys. Again, follow me on all my pages. I am live every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on all of my platforms. But I want to say again, thank you guys so much. Again, if you have any questions, shoot me an inbox. post it on the post. Let me know what you think. I have a 403B and would love to know how to invest. Okay, so I'm going to get somebody up here to talk about that, specifically how to handle your 401k, your 403B, and even your IRA and pensions, because they're all different. So again, guys, I love you guys. I thank you guys so much. Share, click like and share, get the information out as you guys always have. I'm just grateful that you guys are sharing this. And we want to talk about life insurance policies. All right, Tamika, I got you. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Let me know what you think. I'll be in touch. Take care. Until next time. Bye.